Antarctica, a vast, icy wilderness, a place of stark beauty and extreme conditions where the landscape is dominated by ice and snow, stretching as far as the eye can see. This remote continent holds many secrets beneath its frozen surface, a continent sculpted by ice. The intricate formations and towering ice sculptures are a testament to the power and artistry of nature. Each structure tells a story of the continent's climatic history. For millennia, massive ice shelves have fringed its coastline, majestic platforms extending over the sea. These shelves are vital. They serve as a protective barrier, shielding the continent from the relentless forces of the ocean. They act as giant dams, holding back the flow of glaciers from the continent's interior. Without these ice shelves, the glaciers would surge into the ocean, dramatically raising sea levels. Their existence is critical for the stability of our planet. These ice shelves play a crucial role in regulating global temperatures and sea levels, acting as a buffer against climate change. However, these frozen giants are under threat. The cracks and signs of melting are becoming more evident, signaling a distressing trend. Our planet is warming, and the polar regions are experiencing this change at an alarming rate. The once stable ice is now vulnerable, reacting to the rising temperatures. This warming is causing our ice shelves to weaken, to thin, and to break apart. The structural integrity of these ice shelves is compromised, leading to catastrophic collapses. The consequences of these events are far-reaching, impacting not just Antarctica but the entire world. The collapse of these ice shelves contributes to rising sea levels, which can lead to coastal flooding, habitat loss, and displacement of communities. The ripple effects of these changes are felt globally, underscoring the interconnectedness of our planet's climate system. Scientists are working tirelessly to understand these changes, monitoring the ice shelves and studying the impacts of climate change. Their research is crucial in predicting future scenarios and developing strategies to mitigate these effects. International cooperation is essential in this endeavor. Countries around the world must come together to address the challenges posed by a warming planet. Through collaborative research and shared knowledge, we can work towards a sustainable future for Antarctica and the world. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and protect our environment can make a difference. By taking action now, we can help preserve the frozen continent and ensure a stable future for generations to come. In 2023, a significant event unfolded in Antarctica. The vast icy expanse of this remote continent witnessed a dramatic transformation that captured the world's attention. The Conger Ice Shelf, a massive platform the size of Rome, collapsed entirely. This colossal structure, which had stood for centuries, disintegrated in a matter of days, leaving scientists and observers in shock. This event sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Researchers who had dedicated their lives to studying these ice formations were left grappling with the implications of such a sudden and dramatic change. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of this icy realm. The intricate and delicate balance of the Antarctic environment was laid bare, showing just how vulnerable it is to the forces of nature and human impact. The collapse of an ice shelf of this magnitude is not a common occurrence. Historically, these ice shelves have been relatively stable, acting as barriers that hold back the flow of glaciers into the sea. Scientists estimate that such events happen only once every few decades. The rarity of such collapses underscores the severity of the current situation and the urgent need for further research and understanding. This makes the Conger collapse all the more alarming. The sudden disappearance of such a large ice shelf raises questions about the stability of other ice formations in the region. It serves as a clear warning sign. The collapse is a direct indicator of the accelerating impacts of climate change, highlighting the urgent need for global action to mitigate these effects. Our planet is changing, and these changes are happening faster than we anticipated. The rapid retreat of glaciers and the increasing frequency of ice shelf collapses are clear evidence that we are entering uncharted territory. As scientists work tirelessly to update climate models and predict future changes, the world must come together to address the root causes of these environmental shifts. The fate of Antarctica's ice shelves is a bellwether for the health of our planet. The time for action is now. By reducing greenhouse gas emissions, investing in renewable energy, and supporting conservation efforts, we can help preserve the fragile ecosystems of Antarctica and ensure a more stable future for generations to come. The immediate impact of an ice shelf collapse is dramatic. Billions of tons of ice, once a solid barrier, crumble into the sea. This in itself does not directly contribute to sea level rise as the ice shelf was already afloat. However, the consequences go far beyond this initial event. Ice shelves act as crucial buffers, holding back the glaciers that flow from the continent's interior. When an ice shelf collapses, this restraining force is removed. Glaciers are then free to flow more rapidly into the ocean, contributing directly to rising sea levels. Section 4. Disrupting the flow, a chain reaction. The collapse of an ice shelf disrupts a delicate balance that has existed for millennia. These ice shelves act as barriers, holding back the glaciers that slowly flow from the interior of the continent. When an ice shelf collapses, it removes this barrier, allowing the glaciers to accelerate their journey towards the sea. The flow of ice from the continent's interior accelerates. This increased flow of ice into the ocean contributes to rising sea levels. The glaciers, once held in check, now move more rapidly, adding vast amounts of ice to the ocean. This, in turn, affects the entire Antarctic ice sheet, potentially triggering further collapses. The loss of one ice shelf can destabilize others, creating a domino effect. As more ice shelves collapse, more glaciers are freed to flow into the sea, compounding the problem. These changes in ice flow have global implications. The melting of ice in Antarctica contributes to global sea level rise, which can have devastating effects on coastal communities around the world. The increased flow of fresh water into the ocean can also disrupt ocean currents, which are driven by differences in temperature and salinity. Sea levels rise, threatening coastal communities worldwide. Low-lying areas are particularly vulnerable, with some regions facing the possibility of becoming uninhabitable. The economic and social impacts of such changes are profound, affecting millions of people. Ocean currents, driven by temperature and salinity differences, are disrupted. Weather patterns shift. The disruption of these currents can lead to changes in weather patterns, affecting everything from agriculture to the frequency and intensity of storms. The collapse of an ice shelf, while a localized event, sets in motion a chain reaction that resonates across the planet. The interconnected nature of Earth's systems means that changes in one area can have far-reaching effects, highlighting the importance of understanding and addressing these changes to mitigate their impact on our world. Section 5. The Doomsday Glacier, the Thwaites Glacier, a name that sends shivers down the spines of climate scientists. This colossal river of ice, larger than the state of Florida, is one of the fastest melting glaciers in Antarctica. The Thwaites Glacier is particularly vulnerable to collapse. Its base rests below sea level, exposed to the warming waters of the Southern Ocean. Should this glacier fail, the consequences would be catastrophic. Global sea levels could rise by several feet, inundating coastal cities and displacing millions. Section 6. Our warming world, the culprit. The driving force behind these alarming changes is undeniable: climate change. Human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, are releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, causing our planet to warm significantly. The polar regions are particularly sensitive to this warming. As temperatures rise, ice melts at an accelerated rate. The consequences are evident in the collapsing ice shelves, the shrinking glaciers, and the rising sea levels worldwide. Section 7. A race against time. The situation in Antarctica is a stark reminder of the urgent need for climate action. We are at a crossroads. The choices we make today will determine the fate of our planet. We must transition away from fossil fuels and embrace clean, renewable energy sources. We must invest in sustainable practices, reduce our carbon footprint, and protect our natural world. The time for complacency is over. The future of Antarctica, and indeed the future of our planet, depends on our actions.